What up, y'all? It's your boy Ignit, here to help you with Logic, and today I am going to walk you through opening Logic, importing a beat, recording over the beat, and then bouncing down a song. So in this video, you will learn how to record and bounce down a song. Alright, so first and foremost, let's get my ugly mug off of here, and I am going to open up Logic Pro. And then click on New. When you click on New, it's going to ask you if you want to set up a software instrument. That's if you're going to make a beat. It asks you if you want to set up audio, drummer, external MIDI, or guitar and bass. As our first track, we're going to do audio for this video. So hit create. Next, we're going to go to preferences. We want to just make sure real quick, go to audio. We want to make sure that our interface is being registered here. So you want your output device and your input device to be the interface. If it's a Scarlett, mine is a Element 46, but if you have Scarlett, whatever your interface is, you want to make sure that that is set to receive the sound that's going into it and then also play the sound back that's coming out of it. Next, just a rule of thumb, buffer size, you probably want to keep this as low as possible without like hearing any clicks or pops when you're recording, while you're recording. So buffer size, record, I'm sorry, I didn't say that right. Record at a lower buffer size if you can. You'll know that you can't if your computer stops. If you hear clicking or popping in the recording, you probably need to increase the buffer size a little bit, but doing this will increase latency. And we could talk about latency in another video, but for intents and purposes, try not to have this over 256 if you can. All right, but then when you're mixing, I keep adding shit. When you're mixing, you want to have a higher buffer size just because, especially if you're going to add like more plugins and stuff, you want to increase the buffer size. All right, moving forward. Okay, so we got all that squared away. Next, we need to import our beat. Easiest way to do that is go to File, Import, Audio File. Find the beat, make sure it's the right one, press play. That sounds like it. That's the big body instrumental. Shout out Gino for killing that track and giving me a verse on there. I mean, I made the beat, but still, you know what I'm saying? It's a good song. Check that out. I will leave a link to that song in the below. All right, so import the beat. The first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else, now that I have the beat into the session, is I'm going to go to where it says audio effects here. I'm going to scroll down to metering, select the BPM counter. I need to find out the BPM of this beat. So let's press play. It's 130. All right, man, it's just a good beat. I'm sorry. So now that we have that synced up, we're ready to record. We're ready to add our first audio track. I'm going to put the headphones on for that. Now, real quick, if you want to hear yourself while you're recording, you want to click this I right here. And then you also want to make sure that you have your input and output set up. Oh, back track. How I got to create that other track. So I just hit this duplicate button here. But honestly, I don't want to duplicate the settings because you see when I duplicated it, it added another BPM channel on the other track. It made it another stereo track. You never want to record in stereo. Always record in mono. So I'm going to go hit this plus sign here. Plus, audio, number of track 1. It's automatically going to be mono. Hit create. Now, on your interface, make sure that you set this up here where it says input. You want that to be whatever input number is on the interface that your microphone is plugged into. For me, in this video, I'm using input 3. So now that I selected input 3, you can see the fader is there. We're ready to go. Okay, now if you want to hear yourself live over the beat, hit this this inspector. Bam, we are good to go. You can add any plugins you want. Just keep in mind, the more plugins that you add, the more likely it is that you may have difficulty with your computer processing everything fast, the more latency you may create, and the more it may not be able, I guess the more delay you may hear in your ear while you're trying to record, because stacking a bunch of plugins, sometimes those plugins take time to convert the signal, therefore you get latency or it sounds like an echo in your ear. And this probably sounds like an echo too because you're hearing my mic from two different sources, but this is the video. I want to show you how to get through this real quick. And now that we have our track set up, here, I'll put like a slight little compressor on here just for S's and gigs. All right, and now we can hit record. Metronome is on. Take that off by clicking those up there. Now I got my sight back. Now I got my sight back. See, I don't even know why I don't know the hook for this song. I should, because I've heard it a million times. I'm on the song, goddammit. My sight back. Seeing through the lies, I know I'm finally on the right track. They can't hold me down. Big body to a two-seater. Yeah, hogging up the lanes. I got my heat up. Yeah. I mean, I suck, but I suck at singing for sure. And my rap verse is hard as fuck though. Anyway, now that we got the vocals recorded, you want to blend them with the beat best as possible. Take this eye off now. You don't need to hear the inspector anymore. Let's listen how this sounds over the beat. Take that off by clicking those up there. Now I got my sight back. Real quick, so you see here I am peaking. You see this, the audio output is it's red, it's 1.5. General rule of thumb, and this is what I should have set before I got into recording. You want to hit utility, gain, and you want to change the gain of the instrumental. I want this video to be fast, so I'm not going to go too deep into that, but when you import your beats, try to lower the gain, I would say by at least 10 dB, because you want to create headroom for the vocal, so you're not yelling over the vocal, over the beat, trying to make the vocal blend. I know you want to hear yourself loud in the headphones. I got another video where I'll show you how to do that. We won't do that in this video. Now, what we're ready to do, that we got our vocal recorded over the beat, is bounce down the song, right? So now I got my sight back. Mix it how you like. See, I don't even know why. Mix it how you like, and then I'm gonna put a slight limiter. We'll go to dynamics limiter, and we'll use Logic's limiter for the purpose of this video. Why I don't know the hook for this song? I should, because I've heard it a million times. I'm on the song, goddammit. What's value when you start seeing that yellow clip in there? You don't want the kick to hit so hard, like rule of thumb with using a limiter. You don't want the kick to hit so hard that it drowns everything else out, unless that's like a stylistic thing that you're going for. So generally speaking, you just want to see a little bit of yellow if you're going to use this limiter on your stereo output. But that's kind of what I just did there. Now, to bounce down this song, you want to select. I normally do whatever the longer file is. Typically it's the beat. The beat's going to start at the very beginning and normally end at the very end. If that's not the case, then you can try a different method. But for me, I normally just select the beat, the entire beat, because sometimes there's beat breaks. You can do so by just clicking on it like that, or you can click on the work area and drag your mouse if you need to select multiple regions like that, and then click on set locators, and then that's going to keep the beat on a loop. So at the end of this beat here, it's going to go right back to the beginning. Take that off by clicking those up there. All right, and that's the area that I want to bounce down. That's the reason I did that. So now let's go to file, bounce. You can go file, you want to go project or selection. You want to do MP3. PCM is like, it's how you're going to bounce down your wave. You can select AIFF. I don't even know what CAF is, but for this video, I'm just going to do an MP3 just to show you real quick. You can do it real time. Real time means real time. It's going to be the length of the song. You're going to hear everything as you bounce it down. Or you could do it offline, which is going to be a sped up bounce down. I don't recommend that if you have automation. What is automation? We'll talk about that in another video. Anyway, hit OK. It's going to ask you to name this. We're going to name this recording song in Logic, whatever. I could have came up with a better name, but then bounce it and you are good to go. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. If you like this video, you want to take any deeper dives, click the link below.